The billboard that wasn't there. Joan Spencer and her two classmates, Rosalind and Flo, were late for school that Monday morning in March 1963 because of a billboard that wasn't there. The girls had been home for the weekend and were driving north in Joan's car, crossing Pennsylvania, when Rosalind suggested that they stop at a restaurant for chicken dinners. "Where did you see a sign advertising a restaurant on this road?" Joan said. "I didn't see any sign." "It was right back there," Rosalind insisted. "Didn't you see it, Flo?" The girl in the front seat beside Jean nodded and said, "Ross is right. A sign back there said we should turn right in 2 miles." "You were both kooky," Jean laughed. "I am driving and I didn't see any signs. Besides, there aren't any restaurants in these hills and on this terrible road." "We both saw it, so will you please turn off when we get to the road?" Okay. You said it was 2 miles." "Yes, but that was about a mile back." Jean glanced at her speedometer. She began to slow down. The car rounded a sharp curve and began a steep descent. When they reached the bottom of the hill, they could see a paved road leading to the right into the hills. "Is this it? Are you sure?" she asked her companions. They were sure. "Sue us if we're wrong," Flo finished. They laughed, and as Jean made a right, leaned forward to watch for the restaurant. After they had driven along the road for 15 minutes, Jean abruptly turned off the road, pulled up the handbrake, and glared. "I know perfectly well I did not see a sign. By now you should realize there isn't any restaurant up this road. For all we know, this road probably leads nowhere." Well, don't get mad," Rosalind answered. "You're hungry too, aren't you? Let's go on for a few more miles. Maybe it's a little further on." After another 10 more miles without seeing a restaurant, they drew abreast of a man driving a tractor. They hailed him and asked if there was a restaurant on that road. "No," was the reply. "Ain't nothing up this road but some farms and a lumber mill." Joan was silent as she made a U-turn and headed back toward the highway. Rosalind and Flo settled into the corners of their seats, trying to make themselves as small as possible. They did the wisest thing they could do under the circumstances, remained silent. When she reached the main highway, Jean stopped for the stop sign, and without looking at either of them, said, "We lost over a half hour on that hot fried chicken chase. So will the next hamburger joint suit your Royal Highnesses?" No answer. She turned onto the highway and began to drive toward the hills beyond, over which lay the road that would carry them back to their little college town. When they rounded the first turn, the flash of light from parked highway patrol cars greeted them. Jean slow to stop, flagged down by a uniformed officer. "What's wrong, officer? An accident?" The man nodded grimly. "No, a landslide. Say, where have you girls been? Didn't you see the roadblock several miles back?" They hadn't. Jean said. "We turned off to look for a restaurant. My friends kept saying that they saw a billboard a couple miles back advertising a fried chicken place." Patrolman looked at them and slowly shook his head. "We have to go back 12 miles and detour." Then he broke into laughter. "What's so funny?" Jean asked, more than a little perturbed. "A billboard they saw. I think your friends need glasses. There aren't any signs in either direction for 40 miles on the state road." "That's a fine time to find that out," she snapped, "and we were driving up and down that road to nowhere for the past half hour for nothing." "Oh, I wouldn't say that," the officer said, the smile vanishing suddenly from his face. "You say you were driving around for the past half hour looking for this restaurant up that road?" He pointed back towards the direction they had just come. Jean nodded. "Your detour, girls, in all probability saved your lives. If you had been on that road any time within the last half hour, we'd be digging you out right now." As they drove back the way they had come, Jean nudged the car forward slowly while Rosalind and Flo hung out of the windows watching for the sign they both swore they had seen. "It was never found. It was simply not there." "But I tell you it was," Rosalind insisted. "I saw it with my own eyes. Didn't you, Flo?" The girl turned around and looked at Rosalind, confusion on her face. "Know something, Ross?" she said. "I'm not sure, and frankly, as hungry as I am right now, I wouldn't swear to anything." They reached the detour and turned off, slowing to ask the highway patrolman, who was standing in the center of the road directing the traffic. "Sir, could you tell us where we might find a nice restaurant around here?" The man shrugged. "Stay on this road for about 20 miles until you come to a sign." "A sign?" the three girls chorused. "Oh, no." The patrolman looked at them as if they were crazy. "When you come to the stop sign, turn right." "Oh, you meant a stop sign, not a billboard." "That's right, Miss Billboards." "That's right, Miss. Billboards were prohibited on these roads." "Or didn't you know?" Jeanne laughed and put the car into gear. "We know now," she said. "Don't we, girls?"